Okay. Okay, let us check the answers quickly first of the
Yeah, ma'am.
reading passage. Tell me your answer to question number one.
Yeah, ma'am. This is a B.
B. Correct? It's a vocabulary question. The answer is B. Pranjali, what about you? Guys, turn
Yes,
on your
ma'am.
cameras. B. Right? Okay. Number two. Question number two.
Yeah, question ma'am is A. 2A.
Two is B.
Yes, B.
B. It's a factual information question. Okay, don't worry, we'll go through it. Yep.
Yeah.
Then three.
And 3C, ma'am.
Three is
Uh,
D.
D, ma'am.
D. Correct. Uh, Iftikhar, just mark your answers which are incorrect. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number four.
C, ma'am.
C.
Yes, ma'am. C.
Correct. Very good. Five.
5 ma'am. A.
B, ma'am.
Five is C.
Okay.
Okay. Then number six.
6 is C, ma'am.
A.
Six is A. Okay. You're making mistakes in factual information question. No problem. We'll work on it. Seven.
And A.
Seven is
Yes,
C.
A.
My
Seven
God.
is C. Hmm.
Okay.
Number eight.
And 8 C.
B.
Eight is B. Okay. Nine.
9 A.
C.
Nine is again C. Very good. Pranjali. Okay. Then number 10.
This A B D.
A, B, D. Okay. Pranjali, what about you?
Yes, A, B, and D.
It's A, D, and F. So you get only 1 point over here.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Don't worry. We'll work on it. Pranjali, what was your score? How many questions correct?
8 questions.
8 questions correct. And did
Yes.
you count only 1 point for the last question?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Istika, what about you?
Then 4.
Only four correct. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So now I have understood where you're making mistakes. You're making mistakes in factual information question. Okay. That's what we are going to go through today. So don't worry about it. So let us get
Okay, ma'am.
started with today's session then. Here we are going to start with question types of reading. That's what we discussed yesterday, that we would be starting the question types of
Yes,
reading. Today we'll mainly go through three question types with some practice questions also, which is of
yes, sir.
factual information and negative factual information, and we'll work on vocabulary questions along with that. Okay, vocabulary questions are the easiest, but sometimes they can be confusing. So we are going to practice on it also today. Okay, so
Yeah.
we already know that reading is of 35 minutes. You get two passages, you get 10 questions per passage, you get overall 22 points per reading test. Okay, you get 11 points per reading passage. Clear on this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, I can't see you guys on the screen. Okay, your cameras are off. Hmm.
Yeah. One
Next,
second, ma'am.
as I told you yesterday, the reading passages that you will get, they will be tentatively 700 words long. Okay. And the reading
Yeah.
passages will be from different areas, from different genres. Okay. Now you might ask me that, okay, we might not be familiar with the subject material. Do we need to know something about that subject? Not really. You just need to understand the language which is used in the passage, and you should
Yes.
be able to answer from that. Your questions will only be from the passage. You do not need to have any kind of expertise on that particular subject. Okay, say if you're
Yes.
talking about
Yeah.
human anatomy, you don't need to know anything about human anatomy. Anything, everything, and anything that is going to be asked will be given in the passage that you are reading. So you just need to read the passage properly, and that's where we need to work on your reading skills also. You
Yeah.
don't need to know anything
Yeah.
about human anatomy. Now, the passages will be of three types. It could be a narration passage where just some event or some historical topic or some biographical topic is being described. Okay, that will be a narration passage. Or it could
Yeah.
be an exposition passage where an explanation of an idea would be given. Or it could be an argumentative passage where where they will be providing a reason and which will lead to a conclusion at the end. That kind of passage will be given. Okay. Now, sometimes it could be a single focus passage, and it could sometimes it could be a passage where different components could be included. Okay, where multiple focus will be there. If it's a single focus passage, it will be a descriptive, analytical, or narrative passage. If it is multiple focus passage that you have, then it would focus on classification of some ideas, or it would compare and contrast some ideas, or it would show the cause and effect and the problem and solution. Okay, these kind of
Yeah.
passages will be there. We even discussed this part, problem and solution, cause and effect part yesterday. Now, in the question types that you have, there will be three major types of questions that you will have. First will be the reading to find information questions, and then it will be basic comprehension questions and reading to learn types of questions. Okay, I already told you yesterday that the passages that you will have will be academic passages. They will be university level academic passages. Okay,
Yes.
you already
Yeah.
know that, and they will be grabbed from some kind of textbook from university level. Now, as I told you, three types of questions will be there. What do they expect from you? For reading to find information question, they want you to effectively scan the text for key information and important facts which are given. For basic comprehension questions, they want you to understand the general topic, the main idea, the major points which are mentioned, the important facts and details which are mentioned, and vocabulary which is being used, along with the pronoun usage, which is your reference-based question. Okay. And you
Yeah.
should also be able to make inference about what is being said in the passage, what is being implied in the passage. Okay. Then you have
Yeah.
reading to learn type of question where you have to recognize the organization and purpose of the passage, where you have to understand the relationship between ideas, where you have to organize information into category of charts or summaries which are given over there. Okay. Now, the basic comprehension questions, as I said before, they want you to identify the main idea of the reading passage. Then they want you to identify the key facts, the important information. Then they want you to recognize the logical order, the sequence which is being mentioned in the written material, and of course the vocabulary which is being used. And along with that, where you get the reference-based question, you should be able to identify what it is being referred to. Okay, when they use any kind of nouns or pronouns in the passage. What are nouns and
Yeah.
pronouns? We're going to go through that also. Don't get confused as of now. Then they also want you to understand and recognize the paraphrasing, where your summary based questions, where your statements are given. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
as I told you, the first question type that you will get, which you did, Iftikhar, a lot of mistakes in, is factual information question. Okay, now
Yeah.
factual information question are supposed to be the easiest only if you understand the tactic behind. the technique behind solving them, and what the question is expecting from you. Okay, factual
Mm.
information question is nothing but you have to understand the facts which are given in the passage. Okay, now of course, I understand all the options which are given sound the same, look the same. That is where we get confused. That is where we have to understand what the question is asking us. Okay, that's what makes it
Yeah.
easier for us to answer this question. Yeah, here,
Yeah.
you need to identify factual information that is explicitly, that means clearly mentioned in the passage. Okay, you have
Yeah.
to focus
Yeah.
on the facts, details, definitions, and other thematically relevant information which is given by the author in your reading passage. When the question is
Yes, ma'am.
asked, you have to identify the specific information that is typically mentioned in the passage. Okay, they will not
Yeah.
ask you anything outside of the passage. Yeah,
Yes.
the information that is needed to answer the passage is given in the few sentences within the longer paragraph. So, of course, you know that already because you have given the test already. So, that shouldn't be a concern. Okay. Now,
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes, of course, you will always have a factual information question. Sometimes there might be two, sometimes there might be five, the way you got in the reading passage number six right now. You had around five questions which were only factual information questions. Okay, but again,
Mm. Yeah.
understand this, these are scoring questions. So that is the reason
Yeah.
you need to make sure that you answer them correctly. Okay, as factual
Yes.
information questions need some cross checking, I would say you should spend around 60 seconds to 150 seconds with this question, but not more than that.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
sorry. 60 seconds to 90 seconds with them. Okay, not more than that. Uh,
Yeah.
Now, how do you recognize these questions? When the questions are given, when it asks you, according to paragraph number so and so, which of the following is true about the given topic? Which of the following is the main reason? Why declined mainly because of what? Correct? And then because of the following is identified as an advantage of having, say, why? Then which of the following is presented as evidence supporting the conclusion that? Then Y differs from Z in which of the following ways? These kind of questions will help you to understand, okay, this question is asking me to find out the fact which is given in the passage. Okay, now you might say, do I need to remember all the question types? Not really. But if you understand the question, then you should be able to understand the answer also properly. Okay, that's why they become beneficial. Now, as I said, that whenever you are reading, this is not a memory test. Okay, understand that. You don't need to remember everything that is given in the passage. You need to read the passage, then you need to come to the question, understand the question, and then you will refer back to the passage. Okay, to understand what is being said exactly. Do not consider it as a memory test where you go on and save time. You just do one reading and then try to understand, answer the question, understand and answer the question. That does not help. Now you might say, do I need to read the passage fully at the first go? Yes, you need to read the passage full at the first go, but you shouldn't spend a lot of time in your first reading. It should hardly take 2 to 3 minutes. 3 minutes is a lot, I would say. You should hardly spend 2 minutes just to understand where the information is given, what you need to find according to the question. Okay, so you just need to scan through it and look for the key details, the key words which are being used in the passage. Okay, so when you have to
Yeah.
find the answers, you should be able to find it, easily, basically. Okay,
Yeah.
now uh, once you have looked at the question, you will have to read the passage again. That is the reason do not spend a lot of time in the first reading also. Okay, just
Yes, ma'am.
spend 60 seconds, not more than that, with this question. Once you have read the passage, once you come to the question, you have understood the question, then go back to the passage according to the passage number which has been given in the question and try to find the information based on the keywords which are used. Okay, as this
Yes,
question
ma'am.
asks you about details, you may not recall what the details being asked from the first reading itself. So that is where the second reading comes into the picture. Okay. Realize that some or all of the answer choices may paraphrase this relevant information, which might look like a correct answer to you, but it is not the correct choice because it is not answering the question. Okay. Of course, they are going to
Yeah.
paraphrase the information and present it in front of you. So that's where your understanding of the language needs to be really, really good. Do not just select an answer because it is mentioned in the passage. You should be able to answer specific question which is being asked over there. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay, now let us give it a try then. Pranjali and Stikar, try this question
Yes,
out
ma'am.
quickly.
Yes, ma'am.
Stop. Yes, yes.
Dan, it shouldn't take so long.
Yes, done, ma'am.
Okay, Iftikhar, if you're trying to answer, you're on mute, okay? You're on mute.
Yeah, ma'am. In this paragraph, what I understood that they are trying to overcome the problems while they are busy in their work. Like artists, when they're doing their work,
Mm-hmm.
that they painting, they are looking to like
Mm-hmm.
what I want to say. They're looking to how overcome the problems which they face when they do their work. For example, artists when they do painting or something else. So
Mm-hmm.
what they face in during their work, they are describing this thing in this passage.
Yeah. And are you able to answer the question? That is, according to paragraph 2, sculptors in the Italian Renaissance stopped using cannonballs in the bronze statues of horses because.
Yeah, because there was inception. They introduced upon. They tend to introduce upon the was tend to because there was problem. There is painting.
So, which option do you think will fit over here? A, B, or C, D? A, B, C, or
And
D?
well, yeah, and,
Don't get confused. Look at the answer properly. Look for the
yeah.
answer properly.
And the aesthetic taste of the public had no and the fourth one
Fourth one, D.
D.
Okay,
Yeah.
Pranjali, what's your option?
B, ma'am.
B. They found a way to strengthen the statues internally.
Yes.
That's correct. Okay, so your answer over here is B. Okay, Iftikhar.
Okay.
They found a way to strengthen the statues internally, and it's given
Yes.
over there. Okay,
Okay.
So basically, if you see the last line, that this device was necessary, sculpt. Wait, this
Yeah,
device
ma'am.
was necessary. Structural compromise is clear from the fact that the cannonball quickly disappeared when sculptors learned how to strengthen the internal structure of a statue with iron braces, iron being much stronger than bronze. Correct? So
Okay,
they
okay,
found
ma'am.
another way. Okay? So that's
Yeah,
how
ma'am,
you
yeah.
look for the answer. So they have said quickly disappeared. Correct?
Yeah, ma'am, yeah.
Quickly
Okay,
disappeared.
this is
So
good.
that equals to stop using cannonballs in bronze statues or vases. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Second one.
Okay, ma'am.
Read the passage and try answering the question. Okay?
Yeah. The scientific study of the body structures of the structure is unlike the larger rotate measure weight for anatomy comes from we have to cut body anatomy was first studied the body and then the concept of surgeon and body structures.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah,
Done.
Yes.
Tell me your answers.
The answer is B.
B.
yeah.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's
Yes, yes,
correct.
ma'am.
Very
I
good.
also tried this
Okay.
B. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Understood how to solve it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. One more.
Astronomy. Most interesting evolutionary process that convert to achieve a most of the process. See. Yes, ma'am. The answer is C.
C. Anjali,
Yes,
what's
ma'am.
your answer?
A, ma'am.
E.
Yes.
Okay. The answer is C.
Okay.
Both of you are incorrect over here. What went wrong?
Huh?
According to
Okay.
paragraph 2, the following is the one of the most significant areas of astronomy.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
So
Mhm. It's given in the
because
last
it's
line.
in the
Tasting the evolutionary processes that
yeah.
continue to shape the universe is one of the most important and satisfying parts of modern astronomy. Then,
Okay,
how
ma'am.
did it go wrong? It's given over here. Only they've changed the wordings, okay? They won't give you the exact wordings over here. They are going to paraphrase and rephrase. Yeah. The, but the question was direct. One of the most significant areas of astronomy and is one of the most important parts of modern astronomy. Correct? So it's little bit paraphrased, but it's the same. Exploring the processes of evolution that still help shape the universe. Here they are saying that okay, the universe has evolved, facing the evolutionary processes that continue to shape the universe. So little bit of paraphrasing will be there. Yeah,
Yeah.
clear?
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
Hmm.
C is okay, no? Yeah.
C is correct. C is
Yeah.
correct. Hmm. You had given me the
I was,
answers A and B. Hmm.
no, ma'am, I said C, and I'm the first time. Luckily, I tried C and it was C, but bad luck that you couldn't hear.
Okay, no problem. Be sure of your answer, okay? Don't be
Yeah,
tentative. Be
yeah,
sure of your answer.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay, last one.
Which is following is true for US and Japan. Yeah, this is a A, ma'am.
A. Okay. Pranjali, what's your answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Travel is developed. Still, happened. Contemporary addiction of living. Yeah, man. Okay, D is okay. Understood. Yeah.
Understood? How and why?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, actually, it was the time of class because they classified after the World War, classified on the economic uh, development and standard of living
Hmm.
different nations, and they
Understood?
categorized the nation into yeah,
Mm-hmm. Go on, you were explaining.
yeah. Remember this day after this World War, they categorized the countries depending upon
Mm-hmm.
their respective economic development and standards of living,
Hmm.
like the poorest, and then the more better countries, second
Okay.
world, like
Correct.
this.
So they are giving a classification over here in the passage, basically, right?
Yes,
And that's what you have to understand. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Next,
yes,
I'll share some more questions for practice. Okay, for homework. So make sure you do them. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
yes,
Now, moving to the negative factual information question. Negative factual information question are just opposite of what we saw in the factual information question. Now, in factual information, we have to find something that is given in the passage. Now, over here, we have to, in this question type, we have to basically find something which is not given in the passage. Okay, you have to select the option which is not given in the passage. So basically, your three options will be mentioned over there in the passage. And one option will not be mentioned anywhere in the passage, or it would be false. It would be a contradicting statement. Okay, that's what you have to understand and answer accordingly. Over here, again, you have to understand the paraphrasing of information and you have to understand the accurate paraphrasing of the information in the text. As I said, you have to find something that is not true or that is not included in the passage based on the information that is given to you. Okay, to answer this kind of question, you have to understand the relevant information in the passage. Yeah, and
yeah,
you will understand that the choices, the three choices will be true, and one choice will be false in the options which are given to you. And your question will always look like this. Okay, it will include the word not or except whenever you are reading the question. That tells you that you have to look for something which is false. Okay, you have to look for the option which is false. Okay, that's what becomes
yeah,
easier for you. Now, to solve your negative factual information properly, you have to check the passage just like your factual information question. But once you have selected your answer, I told you to read it twice, correct? You will read the passage, then you will look at the question, and then you will read the passage again to find the answer to it. Correct? Now, for negative factual information question, you will read it three times. First reading,
Okay.
then the second reading to answer your question, and then your third reading will be there to confirm the answer that you have selected. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
That's how you know that you have selected the correct answer. Just do not select it because the wordings will be the same. Okay, they are going to use the same keywords. So that's
Yes,
why you
ma'am.
need to cross check again. Yeah. The correct answer
Yes,
will
ma'am.
either contradict the information in the passage or express the information that is not presented in the passage. So you should be able to answer both of them properly. Okay. And as I said, you will
Yeah.
cross-check your answer once more to make sure that you have selected the answer properly. Now here you have a sample question. Try doing it with
Yeah.
me. The passage is given. Read the passage, then select your option
Okay.
accordingly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure. This is- Yes, ma'am. I got it here.
Okay, Pranjali, have you got the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is it correct?
Yeah, ma'am. Correct.
Okay, Iftikhar, is it correct?
No, ma'am.
What did you select?
I select them, which was absolutely right. This D. This is wrong. Yeah.
D,
The technique is using the.
University of
Yeah.
Arts. Okay, tell me where do you find it in the passage? The passage discusses
Actually, yeah.
applied art objects in relation to all of the following except. Correct? So tell me
Yeah.
all the other three are, then I'll tell you how is it incorrect. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I took it like university, universality. I took it like this is universities, and I didn't think that there's no
Mhm.
mention about the university, so it should be, it is accepted on.
Okay, no, it's universality, right?
Yeah,
So these
universality.
laws are
Yeah,
universal in their application. That's what they have
yeah,
mentioned.
yeah.
So they have changed
Yes,
the wordings a bit. Okay. Pranjali, your
yeah.
answer is correct, right?
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Now read this passage quickly, then I'll show you the question to this.
Private pressure is a. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Pranjali, have you read it?
Yes, done, ma'am.
Okay. Now look at the question and try answering it and be sure of your answer. Okay.
Yes,
Cross check
yes.
three times.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the answer is, should I tell ma'am now?
Yeah, yeah, go on.
And there is B, because it's not mentioning any specific level of pressure.
Okay. B. Pranjali, what is your answer?
Ma'am, I think the answer is D.
D. Some of the symptoms of altitude sickness are.
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's look at the answer. The answer is C. The lower pressure at high altitudes is the sole cause of altitude sickness.
Okay.
That's not
Okay,
true
ma'am.
about atmospheric pressure. Read the passage again and try to find how you went wrong.
Okay.
So the low pressure is not the sole cause of it, right? It is not the only cause of it. There are some other causes also, correct?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
altitude
Actually,
sickness. Hmm.
yeah.
So it
Actually, he
basically
used the
contradicts the information. Hmm. Go on.
yeah, ma'am. He used the like extreme language. That's why, ma'am. Soul, only this
Hmm.
one.
Correct. This is not the sole cause. That is not the only cause for altitude
Yes,
sickness. That's what they're trying to say over here. Okay. Last
ma'am.
one. Hmm.
Done, ma'am.
Okay,
Done?
ma'am.
Yes.
Done, yes.
Okay. Here are your options. Read the options. If you want, I'll come back to the passage.
Okay. Text me. Yeah, then the D, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you show
D.
the passage?
Sure.
Wait, wait,
Okay.
wait, wait.
Iftikhar, you also watched it.
Yeah, ma'am. No.
Got the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall I show the question again? Hmm.
Yeah. This. Okay, let's see. B, ma'am.
B.
B, ma'am.
B. It looks similar to the planet Earth because both have water on the surface. Ranjali,
Yes,
what's your response?
I guess B.
B. Same?
Yes.
Okay. The answer is C. C is correct because while it does contain some keywords that can be found in the passage, that is few and impact craters, it says the contradicting information to the actual passage by saying that Europa is in a continual state of geological self-renewal. So option C is not true because it says that it has renewed itself geologically once. That's why it becomes incorrect.
Okay.
Understood?
Yes.
Okay. We'll stop over here for today. What I want you guys to do is, I have shared the TOEFL guide with you. I want you to read through your factual information and negative factual information questions again. Okay? And try solving the example sentences again, which are given in your TOEFL guide. Yeah, that's your homework for
Okay, ma'am.
today. Along with that, of course, I am also going to share some extra assignments with you. Yeah, but these are
Okay.
very important questions. These are very scoring questions. So you have to make sure that
Yeah.
you answer them correctly. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll stop over here for today. Any questions, any doubts, anything that you did not understand?
No, ma'am.
No, it's fine, ma'am. Yeah.
Practice is needed, okay? Everything else is
Yeah.
good. Just a little bit of practice is needed. And you need to pay
Yes.
attention, okay? Like your focus should be good and you should be sure about your answer. That is what is needed. And try reading, like, of course, I'm going to share materials with you, but other than that, also try reading some passages on your own, take some editorials, take some newspapers, and read them. Yeah,
Yeah. Sure.
that's something that will be helpful for you. Yeah. Okay, we'll stop over here for today then. We'll continue tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
No
ma'am.
problem. Bye bye. Take care. Have
Bye,
a
ma'am.
great day ahead. Bye.